Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Daily Anger Bang. My name is JC with the Aloha Press. This is your late night rated R golf content. Hopefully you guys are having a great end of your weekend. This is the Sunday show, and I am absolutely refreshed and just full of energy. Why you ask? I mean, it's just one of those things that, you get delivered a product like the Honda Classic, and you just all of a sudden realize that it is great napping television. I mean, it's just remarkable on like the amount of naps you can get in watching the Honda Classic. Unfortunately, it's just one of those events that literally was boring. I mean, you had a guy, don't get me wrong, Matt Jones absolutely played his ass off. I mean, goes out there and just shoots some incredible scores and really was just playing his ass off in some really challenging conditions. But unfortunately, it's just one of those things that it's just not very entertaining. I mean, you don't have a lot of those top guys at the top of the leaderboard who really bring that fire and that energy. I mean, you got a guy like Matt who is just completely. Based on the actual size of the field, the strength of the field, it just was one of those tournaments where he went out there and got it done, which was absolutely incredible. For him, goes out there and shoots 12 under, beats everyone by 5 shots. I mean, the closest guy was a 6th alternate, Brandon Hagge, who absolutely played his ass off and, cashes in almost $750,000 shooting 7 under. And it was just one of those things, one of those golf tournaments that you look back and you realize at face value, it wasn't what it was these last 4 weeks. I mean, with the way the PGA Tour has set up some of these golf tournaments with elevated status, WGCs, and bringing in those types of players with the amount of cash that they're playing for, you're just not going to get a huge draw, especially when you have an event like the WGC later this week, the match play event. That's going to take precedent. Unfortunately, the event starts on Wednesday this week. It just doesn't give a guys, who are, the top 64 in the world a lot of time to prepare. And who wants to go out on the bear trap at the Honda Classic and absolutely get their teeth kicked in? I mean, it's one of those things. It's just, do you want to go out there and just shoot big numbers? Or do you want to, like rest, play some good golf in the next couple days to win even more cash? And that's what I got to ask, the PGA Tour. Those are some of the things that I would love to know and really understand because, shit, good for Matt Jones. I mean, he's the one that's winning today. I mean, Brandon Hagge, 6th alternate. He's the one that's winning today. He can thank Daniel Berger, and the rest of the Corona crew who, had to actually WD from this event because he's the one who's getting the big check and actually not having to compete against some of the bigger names, if you know what I mean. Like the Dustin Johnsons, like the Roy McIlroys, the Bryson DeChambeaus. It's one of those things that you got to take advantage of if you're one of those younger guys. And sure enough, Brandon did it. Shit, he played his ass off. It was absolutely incredible. But, good for Matt Jones. Wins by 5. That's, he absolutely played some really good golf. And it was one of those things that, you just love to see. But with that being said, it's definitely a snooze fest. It was a great weekend of taking a nap. I don't have the actual television coverage, results yet, but it's one of those things that I'm a guy who covers golf. I'm going to talk every night about golf, and sure enough, I can't even keep my attention just because it wasn't that fun. It wasn't that entertaining, and to be quite honestly, it was just rather boring. And if you're watching the live stream right now, do me a favor, leave a comment. Let me know how things are going. It's I need to know how this actual interaction is actually working. If it's halfway decent, or if we need to change up some things and maybe bring on, I don't know, maybe we should have a guest. I don't know. But with that being said, guys, other big news that hit the stage tonight was Brooks Koepka is back in the mix, back in the news, and it's one of those things that, he is, again, injured. Unfortunately, Brooks Koepka on March 16th had knee surgery. And it's really kind of a kick in the gut because I'm a huge Brooks Koepka fan. I really enjoy everything that he does for the game of golf because he is occasionally a little fucking crazy, to be quite honest with you. He's got a little anger bang in him, which I love. And he was playing such good golf. I mean, the first couple weeks of the season, especially out at Torrey Pines, he didn't have his best stuff. I mean, he went through a fit of rage where he freaking snapped 2 sets of irons. Went completely apeshit. Locked himself into a room for 30 hours. But then he goes out at Waste Management and absolutely kicks ass and brings the fire and the energy to that crowd. I mean, he literally came out of nowhere and freaking stomped all the energy that Xander and Jordan Spieth had during that event. And then you see this. You got him on crutches. His knees all bandaged up. It looks like he's just, I mean, I hate to say it, but he looks like an old guy in an old folks home. I mean, it's just disturbing. It sucks. I'm not looking forward to him being injured and not being ready to go because he was so ready. I mean, hell, he won the WGC. He took second place at the WGC, or excuse me, let me rewind. He won at the Waste Management. He took a second place at the WGC. And sure enough, he's reported, sure enough, he had to have, pretty much, let's see here. Koepka told Golf Week that he was diagnosed with a right kneecap dislocation and ligament damage. God, that's not good. I know that's not good. That doesn't sound like fun. That is not good on the old golf swing. So looking forward to actually following that story and seeing if he's going to be ready for the Masters. I particularly don't think so. It sucks. It's one of those things that you look at and you realize you've got another guy who is absolutely just a major championship ass kicker, and he's not going to be there. It sucks. It's something that I don't look forward to, but hopefully we absolutely wish him the best, recovery, hopefully quickly. And maybe these are the things that's going to need to get fixed so that, down the road, we're going to have him around for the next 4, 5, 6, 7 years without some of these chronic injuries, that she's seen has absolutely plagued this guy for the last year and a half. I mean, all of a sudden he was back and it felt good to have him back. And I was looking forward to picking him in the Masters or maybe the Open or the US Open. I mean, hell, you just don't know. But with that being said, unfortunately, he is not going to be in the mix. It's if you guys have any questions, we're about to end the show here. It's really appreciate everyone that is tuned in. So with that being said, guys, really appreciate it. As always, hit bombs, attack pins, and aloha press. And go sign up for the Golf Email newsletter. Do me a favor, if you enjoyed this content, hit the like button, leave a comment, and hit the little bell notification. Let's Facebook know, or not Facebook, freaking YouTube know that you enjoy some of our stuff and you want to be alerted when we are going live. And with that being said, guys, really appreciate it and have a great night. Have a great week. Go kick Monday right in the ass, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.
You did it!